Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So for today's video, I got a really cool thing to show you guys, and that is that it is actually possible now to use Pancam on Halo 3 on Halo the Master Chief Collection. So for those of you who don't know what Pancam is, as a refresher, and I actually used it for a video a few weeks ago maybe, in a video where we took a look at what's behind the red versus blue Easter egg door on the Mission Crow's Nest. We used the Pancam feature in theater mode to clip our way through the store to see what's behind it. So Pancam is basically a theater mode feature that you can use to increase the camera speed, and if you increase it to like a high enough speed, it will go pretty much through any solid object. However, that feature did not work on MCC, or so we thought for a while. In the original Halo 3, you can only activate Pancam on like local connections or system link. But on MCC, you could activate Pancam over Xbox Live, but while the coordinates may show for Pancam, it did not carry over to theater mode. So like no matter what you did, if you brought Pancam and you ended the game with the theater mode, it would not be there, and you could not use the Pancam feature in theater mode to fly out of the map and stuff like that. Until now. And it's actually thanks to NOS 10 that actually brought it to my attention. There actually is a way to use Pancam for Halo 3 and ODST by extension. For campaign only though. But it works, and it works pretty great. And it now pretty much enables all those awesome screenshots out of the maps that people took back in the day, only now in like perfect like 4K on MCC. But anyways, to do this, just simply start up any Halo 3 campaign mission by yourself. I would recommend you play on default controls, but you know, feel free to convert the button combo later if you want. But on default controls, once you're in game, just press these button combos in this order: left bumper, right bumper, left stick, A, and then D-pad up. Just hold them all down in that sequence, and then after like a second or two, your Pancam coordinates will show up. They're a little out of place on MCC, especially on an Xbox One X, compared to the OG Halo 3, and you know that's probably due to like some resolution differences. So it's kind of like, you know, not in the same place as it was on the 360 version. But once the coordinates are up, just, you know, you can switch back to your regular controls now. You don't need default anymore. Just simply keep playing through your campaign mission. Do not end the game yet. I know in the original Halo 3 you could just end your game now and then go to theater mode, but no, it won't work. You have to keep playing till you get a checkpoint. Once you get a checkpoint, then you can end it. Now, of course, you could always, you know, go further and then get more checkpoints later on. Just depends when you want to use your theater mode clip, when you want to Pancam out. But once you're satisfied with your checkpoint, just save and quit, and just wait till you get back to the main menu. And once you're on the main menu, do not go to theater mode yet. Instead, resume from the checkpoint that you just saved, and then it'll put you back to where where your last checkpoint was. But that's all you need to do, and it's kind of like an extra step compared to OG Halo 3. And it's actually weird why it works, but you know it does. But once you resume your checkpoint, the Pancam coordinates will still be there, and that's basically it. You're pretty much good to go. At this point, you can end the game. But before I end it, I just want to show you guys, you know, another small Pancam tutorial if you want to fly out of the map and stuff. If you want to fly really far out, you need to make sure your body like ends up really far out where the depth camera doesn't follow your body anymore. So usually like jumping off a really like huge cliff into like a ravine or something is good enough, like that one there. So once you're again satisfied and have done all the steps that you've needed, then you could just save and quit again, and now you can go to theater mode. So in the past, if you did not do that step and you went to theater mode after you activated Pancam, the coordinates won't still be there in theater mode. But now, thanks to this method, they will still be there once you start up the clip. And as you'll see in a second, the coordinates will they will all function just fine in theater mode as they did in Halo 3. See right there? It all still works. For the longest time, for so many years since MCC came out, I always assumed that Pancam never worked. I always thought that like after you like saved and quit a game, the Pancam activation was like lost, because like saving and quitting a game is like the equivalent of like exiting out of like classic Halo 3, but apparently that's not entirely the case. And now, after all these years, as it turns out, it actually is possible. So, you know, perhaps this method might have worked in the past. I just never knew about it, and you know, a lot of people I talked to, nobody knew either. We all assumed that Pancam just simply didn't work on MCC, but now it does work. So to control Pancam in on MCC, make sure you switch it to Pancam mode. It might say normal at first. The combination to switch to Pancam mode is left stick, right stick, left on D-pad, and then you press up on a D-pad. After like it switches to Pancam mode, you could hold up on a D-pad to increase the speed of the camera. As you can see, the speed is like going up as I hold it. That adjusts the camera speed. And the higher you hold it, the longer you hold it, the higher the number gets, of course. And then the higher the number, the faster your camera goes. And if it goes fast enough, you can clip pretty much through any barrier. And if your body is like far enough out of the map, then you can fly really far out, even up all the way up to the skybox, and you can pretty much see all this crazy stuff out there. So that's basically all there is to using Pancam. Now, one final thing I wanted to show you for Pancam, a little interesting difference. It is not 100% the same as OG Halo 3, actually. There's one tiny little interesting difference. If you keep holding up on a D-pad, your camera speed will go up really, really high to like an absurdly high number that I don't even know how to like say that number out loud. But eventually it'll go so high that your screen just turns white, and your speed that was there, it says INF on MCC, which obviously it stands for infinity. And I guess at infinity speeds, when you're in free camera mode, everything just goes white because your camera's like everywhere at once, or maybe something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But on OG Halo 3, if you do the same thing, which is what we're on right now, and you can see the coordinates are in a different spot compared to MCC. If you keep holding up on a D-pad and let the coordinates go to a really high number, it takes a little longer than MCC, but on OG Halo 3, once you hit that maximum limit, not only would you break Pancam at this point, because you can't adjust the speed, but on OG Halo 3, instead of saying infinity, it says like 1.$IO. So it's a little different than MCC there, and I guess that's due to like architectural differences between the two systems. But yeah, so there you guys have it. It is now possible to use Pancam again on MCC. I probably always was, I just never knew about the method, but now you can use this method to take some really awesome screenshots outside the map, or just explore in general. It's a lot of cool things that Bungie put out of the map, a lot of attention to detail out there. So for those of you who try it, enjoy, and hopefully this method helps a lot of people out again on MCC, because it was a really great feature back in the day. Like I said, it does work on Halo 3 and ODST, so do keep that in mind. You can use it on both games. It will not work on any other Halo game on MCC, though, unfortunately. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this, found it to be helpful, as always, make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments. If there's anything else you want me to check out for future videos or look into, just let me know, and I'll do my best to get around to it. But other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.